And we're here today at the Kallins Inn in Oneida, New York. I'm here with Jerry and Brian Gray, the owners and proprietors of the bed and breakfast. So we're here in the living room. What kind of experiences have you had in this room?
We've had all sorts of experiences, ranging from footsteps being heard in the room above to lights going on and off by themselves.
The previous bed and breakfast owner, they told us one of their guests actually seen a man in Civil War uniform peering out from the mirror to them.
Huh.
And other families that have lived in the house we've been in contact with, the one lady, she was telling us they used to see on a regular basis by the mirror a tall, thin gentleman in a gray suit. He would just suddenly materialize, look around a bit, and then back. Seen a lady coming down the stairway here. She was dressed in full Victorian clothing.
What kind of activities happened in this room?
Well, lots of fun things have happened during seances in here. From tapping to millimeters going crazy and things like that. One event we had here, a marble suddenly materialized out of midair, hit the floor in here, and rolled right out into the dining room.
And felt warm to the touch.
Usually when the clock over here starts to die or is dead and needs rewound, a gentleman will be standing there in brown slacks and a brown sweater. An older gentleman. I can't recall if he has glasses on or not, but he's usually about so tall, around my height, and he's standing there and it's like he's saying, "Come on, wind the clock up. I like this clock, wind it up, get it going again." The original owner of the house, Stephen H. Farnham, he's the man responsible for building the house. This is the house, it's a photo from 1868, I think it was. This is Mr. Farnham up on the porch and his wife. This is their daughter, Fanny. I think she's coming out. And this is young Fred, who you'll hear all about, standing here by the carriage. I think he's waiting for his sister to take her away to the train. This is their eldest son, WJ, who went into partnership with his father, and this is WJ's wife. The very first experience that I ever had, the one that scared the crap out of me, was I sleep on the far side of the bed. Jerry was up on the computer. I was laying on my side facing this wall, and next thing I know, somebody sits on the bed right at the small of my back, and you could actually feel the bed go down, like somebody was sitting there. And it kind of startled me, and I jumped about a foot up off the bed, and I was twisting around in the air to see who was in the room with me, and there was nobody in here, but I know somebody sat on that bed, and I have no idea who it was. I have a good idea who it was, but...
You've also seen the ghost cat in here too.
Yeah, I've seen the ghost cat go scooting across the floor up into the window.
And a lot of people have smelled perfume in here.
And then just vanish away. I've felt the cat up on the bed. You know, cats will walk around on a bed before they go to sleep to try to make a little circle and then sit down or lay down. That happens quite often up at the foot of my part of the bed for some reason. One day when I was getting ready to go upstairs, I'd been down working here and I kept feeling like somebody pulling my hair and doing things to me. I knew it was Dr. Crocker because he's supposed, what we've read, he was supposed to have a bit of a strange sense of humor at times, so he'd be doing things like that to let you know he was here. So I looked down the hallway here, and standing back in here was a man, just looking out like this, and I could make out the face as plain as day. And I'm looking and I thought, holy crap, I just seen the doc. And I take a second look and he's gone.
Was that the first time you'd seen him?
That was the first time I'd actually seen him, yes.
So what kind of stuff has happened in this room?
This room is actually probably the vortex of the house. Every time we come down here, the EVPs are crazy. They get a lot of them down here. A lot of the ladies have been pinched or had their hair stroked or been touched on the shoulder or grabbed on the wrist. It's usually only the ladies that this happens to for some reason. We had Ron Kolick staying here for a weekend because he did an investigation and had book signing and everything here. And on 4 different occasions, when he came back up to his room, the jacuzzi room door was open and the light was on. So he would shut it tight to make sure it was shut. The light, he'd turn the light off, of course, and he'd shut the door tight. He'd go back downstairs. He'd come up a little later, and the door would be open again, and the light would be on. It was like somebody kept inviting him in to have a jacuzzi.
All right, so we're here in the Barnabas Room, which is like the main event of the hotel, of the rooms in this place. So what kind of activities happened in here?
We've had everything from people saying they've been touched, caressed, had somebody lay in the bed right beside them, being poked at night. The best one was, it was after our first public investigation with yous, and it was the experience with the cat. And we had been doing the seances, and Crystal sat in on the first one, and then she started hearing all the stuff going on upstairs during the second seance, so she came rushing up to see what was going on with Philip and Sean, and all the activity died. And she's like, how come it's every time I come up somewhere, all the activity dies? Where's the cat? Show me the cat. Here, well, I want to see the cat. Snowball, come here, Snowball. And she'd been carrying on about the ghost cat that Philip had a run-in with. And it was about 5 o'clock in the morning. She's laying in bed, and she thought she heard somebody in the washroom. Like she thought she had heard taps go on, and like somebody washed their hands, and then the taps go off, and a male voice mumbling something. A couple minutes later, she said, somebody whispered in her ear, "It's over there."
Okay, so the last haunted location in the Collinwood Inn is the attic, which has had a lot of paranormal activity in it.
The attic, from what I understand, because I usually don't always go up there, has been a fun place. People have had their hair pulled. I was up there when 2 ladies were having their hair pulled, and we got an interesting EVP on that one. I had the recorder going, and I thought it might have been Fred doing it, so I was asking and waited to. And when I was listening to the recording a couple days later, I had said that if it's not Fred, then it must be Dr. Crocker, because I heard you would like to do stuff like this. And I said, "Is that you, Dr. Crocker?" And then there was this voice that came out and said, "Yep." I thought, all right, I got him on tape. We've had somebody have a run-in with the ghost cat come flying down the stairs.
EM meter. There you go.
Got it.
Does it sound like footsteps behind us?
I thought that was that hot water tank. No. Kicking. Actually, let's do this. There we go. Sorry for the noise. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to use this.
They'll tell you and point in a direction. Just call out what direction.
Wow, it is just jumping numbers.
What's that?
It's going from 48 to 90, 48 to 98, 7, 6. It's just hopping everywhere.
Peak axis Y, so it's pointing straight ahead. Towards the coffin.
Oh, okay, right. So X is to the left. I got you.
Okay, here we are at the Collinwood Inn, and we've set up all of our cameras, and we're doing an EM sweep right now. And the preliminaries are we found some strange EM coming primarily from the basement room underneath the seance room. A lot of that is coming from the grounding line, but there is also a lot of stray EMF that can be traced back to the coffin that is there, which is really interesting. For the rest of the house, we're looking at a normal baseline, and not too much in the way of deviations over that anywhere else except for in the attic, where there's a few other stray energy readings that we can't really trace to anything. It's going to take a little bit more to narrow it down, but we'll see what we come up with.
EVP session, Kallins basement. My name is Sean. Is there anybody in here with us?
Here, can you tell me your name?
Do you know what year this is?
That was something. Or the wall settling.
Was it the bed?
No, it came from the wall over there, like in between the two windows. If that was you, can you do that again? Make that tapping noise?
Can you mimic this? What was that?
What?
Heard a hey. Loud. Echo.
I didn't hear it.
Really?
I heard something.
I don't know if that was outside or...
Sounded like it was in here.
This picked up clear. Had a little echo to it, like it was bouncing off walls. It was, hey, like that.
Aristide.
It was on the bed.
Well, the part of the joke was it the cat talking?
Huh?
That was the funny part.
42. Quiet.
Okay, so we're wrapping up our EVP session, and we were picking up some EVPs down in the basement, and the rest of the house still has to be checked and reviewed. But we're also testing some new pieces of tech that we have. We're using dual microphones, digital recorder, and this allows us to hear a lot more and more clear. So that's some of the stuff that we're working here tonight, here at the Collinwood.
While the cameras are being set up on the first floor, there's an unexplained voice that's not heard at the time. On the second floor, during an EVP session, there's a response that the investigators don't hear at the time.
Once again, if you make this sound. Once again, if you make this sound. Once again, if you make this sound. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you got this thing rolling.
No.
You're using that.
No,
No, you just turned it on.
I just turned it on.
Yours is starting to... Oh, the millimeter?
Can you please turn the red light back on?
Yeah, maybe they'll respond better to somebody else asking. Maybe this don't help me. What I think is weird though is like Anthony.
Problem is, you know, that was rolling.
I've had that name before.
Just, oh, there you go. Kick on. Thank you.
Good job.
I was just going to give up on you. I thought
5.5.
Can you turn it off again, please?
6.
But the weird thing is when I was downstairs in the mausoleum doing EVP session, the name John kept
Thank
popping
you.
into my head. And then that's one of the things I got was John.
How about this? I'm going to count to 4. Can you turn it on 4? You ready? 1. What was that clicking
Empty.
noise? 2.
Empty.
Well,
That
2
says
works.
3.
They already turned it off.
Oh yeah, but maybe they'll do
Oh,
it again on 4. 1.
Yep, I was already on when I was doing it.
Turn it on when we hit 4.
No.
No, just do it on their own schedule. I don't trust you then. Turn it off, please. Please turn it off.
Can you turn on another flashlight? That's over there. Do a different one, please. Choose a different light.
Can you turn on the black flashlight? Alright, well we're just wrapping up here tonight at Collinwood. We've had a really interesting evening. We had some weird energy fluctuations, some strange equipment functions. So we're just going to be reviewing the evidence soon, seeing what we get, and hopefully we'll get something interesting. So far we've had some interesting stuff happen, some strange noises, some strange knocks, and So it seems like some ghostly interest in certain topics. So I guess we'll have to see what we're going to find.